Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Alexis, and today we will be doing another speed build in Sims 4. I feel like I should probably just redo it, but you know what? We're gonna roll with the punches. So today's build is a club, and it's actually my first club ever. I think it's my 7th community lot. I almost said my 7th speed build, and that's most definitely a lie. I've done a few speed builds now. Oh my goodness, my brain is mush right now. That's great. Anyway, so this whole entire neighborhood, wow, this whole entire neighborhood in Newcrest is all community lots, and all of which are my last few speed builds on this channel. And of course, I will be linking my whole entire playlist in the description as well as the end card, and that's the playlist of all of my speed builds. I've completely lost my train of thought. Great. So, yeah. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So the community lots. So that means I've done at least 5 community lots here. And then I have one community lot up in the upper left neighborhood of Newcrest. I forget what that neighborhood is called, but it's a graveyard. And I didn't even post a speed build for that one, partially because it's a graveyard. But that, and of course I built it before I started doing speed builds. Well, more specifically before I started, screen recording my builds and, posting them online. But, yeah, so there's that one as well. And I might do like a world overview of my Newcrest now that it is complete. And, they'll probably actually be my next video. So look forward to that. But yeah, it's kind of bittersweet because I do like the idea of having a complete world with all of your builds. And, that whole idea, I think it's kind of cool. But at the same time, I don't know, the whole idea behind Newcrest, them just giving it to us because, people were complaining about not having enough empty lots to, freely build. Then, they gave us this completely empty world. And all you had really was like the shell, which I completely ignored, to be quite honest. Like the exterior shells and stuff like that. Like across the street of this is like, I looked across the street after building like a couple of the community lots before, and I realized just how this side of the street, it looks, you can see kind of in the corner there. It's like more Victorian-esque and is like an actual neighborhood. And I'm like, that's definitely not what I was going for at all. So it doesn't even go with this stuff right across the street. But, I didn't like that anyway. So, and I'm never going to look on that side of the street. There's nothing over there. So, yeah. But even the stuff that's right next door, see the house that's next door to the spa, looks completely different, and it's a completely different style than anything that I've built in this neighborhood. So, oops. But yeah. Well, the bottom left neighborhood, that one is actually kind of in line with the stuff that's like because they have like that little lake or pond or whatever that is, and then you can see some buildings kind of off in the distance that kind of look like office buildings, but they're like more modern office buildings. So, I mean, those are kind of in line, but I don't know. Yeah. So, not everything is really in the same style of like the shell world, but, I don't really agree with the shell world. And I think here in a second, we get to the part where I exit this. It might be a little bit later, but I think it's coming up. So I exit the game for a second because I decided that I wanted to buy Okay. So, to explain this, just explain the thought process behind it, because, you know, I haven't bought it when it came out, and it came out like a couple years ago. I wanted to buy Get Together for the dance floor, because what type of nightclub is it without a dance floor, right? And then I was looking at it. I almost bought it just by itself, and it was going to be like $30, right? And then for an additional 20, I could buy so that was Get Together is an expansion pack. So then I could buy a game pack and a stuff pack with it. And oh yeah, I just bought it. Now you can see, because, you know, random dance floor. But I bought the laundry pack finally, so I can put all that into some of my existing builds, and I can start actually including that. And I bought the Realm of Magic. I don't know why I bought the Realm of Magic. I don't think you could buy Tiny Living, because if with that, like the group thing that I was buying it, because then I ended up saving like $20 from that. Or it might have only been like, I think it was like technically like $17 by doing it that way, instead of, you know, just buying them all individually. My thing is, I was saving, and I was already planning on buying something, so might as well save and buy like a couple more things. So I finally have some more stuff, which is kind of fun. I don't know what tempted me to buy the Realm of Magic. I think, I don't know why. If I had noticed that if like Tiny Living was an option, I don't think it was, but maybe I just was not looking into it well. But if Tiny Living was an option and I didn't go for Tiny Living, then that's my bad, because I probably should have gone for Tiny Living. But yeah. So I bought an expansion pack just for the dance floor. That is what we're getting from that. Well, okay, but it also got the DJ booth, which there wasn't really that in the Get Famous. There was like the mixing thing, but I don't think it would have actually played it for a dance floor situation. And I don't know. I don't think it would have had all the features that you would kind of need for a club. I mean, you don't really need it, because there's the, you know, the base game clubs that don't have that, but I don't know. It's just, what type of club does not have a dance floor, you know? And you can kind of do that with the speakers that come with like the base game and even like the spa day and all that stuff, but it's just, it's not the same, you know? Anyway. I'm just trying to justify me buying stuff. I somehow managed to last this long without buying it, and I just bought it, so we'll see. We'll see if it was a good purchase. It probably wasn't, but hey, I got a dance floor now. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of low-key judging myself. It's great. Anyway, so the bathrooms are upstairs in this one, and there's of course a VIP section. There's not really much in that VIP section, and of course, if you need to go to the bathroom, you have to leave the VIP section. Which, granted, I feel like real clubs, they probably have bathrooms in the VIP section. Maybe. I don't know. I've never been to a club. And I probably won't be to one anytime soon, you know, considering everything. Oh, and I use this. I'm not really sure if I like that door. I go back and forth. It's a cool door, mind you. It's just like, it's, I don't know. I'm not sure if it really fits the vibe. It's just, I wanted a big door that didn't have a ton of windows in it. And that was one of the few that I thought of right away that didn't have, you know, a lot of windows in it. because, that would let in a ton of light. And I wasn't going for a club that added like a ton of lighting. It's definitely one of those clubs that it's just like, okay, you can barely see anything. I feel like this would be a generic club that you would find in like a movie or something like that. But it's also like a club that you would go to. It feels like an actual club from the person who's never been to a club. I don't know. This is just, I don't know. It just seems cool, okay? And it has like the, like on the second floor, the balcony area, I guess, where you can overlook the dance floor and the main area. There's a little bit of seating up there as well. And then really the main floor is just the bar, the dance floor, which I actually added afterwards 2 more of the dance things on either side. And yeah. Anyway, I end up changing all of the benches and stuff like that. But I don't know, I kind of like those ones too. But yeah, I'm kind of annoyed with myself now, figuring out that I was watching it on half speed, because that means that if I didn't realize that, then I would have recorded twice the material and have to somehow fit it into the minutes, which wouldn't make any sense. So I would basically be left on no train of thought. This video is already going so many different places, and I'm sorry if you could hear my neighbors walking upstairs. You can basically hear doesn't matter how lightly you are walking, you hear pretty much everything. Yeah. Anyway, so what was I talking about? I think I changed the seating here in a bit, because that's when I realized that, hey, I have some more seating and it's more like what I was going for in the first place. Because I got the get together, and so I ended up switching it to that here in a bit, I think. Because I think this is when I was like, okay, I think I'm done. And then I change it here in a second. Or done with all that. But I am going to do the bathrooms first. And of course, I have a men's bathroom, a woman's bathroom, and a gender neutral bathroom. And the gender neutral, oh goodness gracious. The gender neutral bathroom is actually the biggest bathroom in this one, which some of them aren't that way. I know the library isn't gender neutral. There aren't any gender neutral bathrooms. You could probably fit them somewhere if you really wanted to fit them. And I've been trying to include gender neutral bathrooms in pretty much all of my builds. And which one was I thinking of? The spa has a gender neutral locker room that I think is a little bit smaller than the other 2 locker rooms, but not too much. So, yeah. And then the park, I just use the regular like outhouse thing that they have. So of course there's only a men's and women's. But and then the pool, I built it a long time ago, and it's just men's and women's. But yeah, I've been trying to include some places that are more gender neutral, because I feel like that is also kind of indicative of real life right now. You don't see every place having gender neutral bathrooms. They slowly add gender neutral bathrooms, but or like during a remodel they might add gender neutral bathrooms, but right now it's pretty much, especially in community lots, it's a lot of men's and women's, and they might have like a bathroom that's like aimed for like a family restroom type of thing, But yeah, I've been trying to include them more often in my builds, just because I feel like, there needs to be a space, even if it's Sims. And I don't think you can really have a Sim that isn't, well, I think their only choices for Sims are men and women, but I don't think that you shouldn't necessarily include a gender neutral. Even if you can't really have a non-binary Sim, you can still choose one and then treat that Sim as non-binary. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah. So, it was a long roundabout way of saying that it's just, I feel like there needs to be more inclusion in Sims in that aspect. But I mean, you have the ability to do a gender neutral bathroom, which I think is pretty cool. But I don't know, I haven't been messing around with like Creative Sim that much lately. I basically just build now. But if you can create a Sim and have that Sim be non-binary, that'd be cool. I'm pretty sure you have to choose male or female though. But you can always change it later, because I know for a fact you can have trans. Yeah. You can have trans Sims, right? Wasn't that one of the updates one time? Anyway. So this is the outside of the build. Just, like finishing the last touches. And I think here in a bit, I change it, all of the seating, like I was talking about on the first floor. But yeah. So, now that I'm finished with the Newcrest, I think that I will do the world overview here in a bit, and then I might actually start a series. Just because I feel like I'm building a lot, and I do love building, but it's not necessarily like what I do all the time. And I don't know, I kind of like the idea of doing like the 100 baby challenge or something like that. Some of those challenges would be kind of cool. And I just kind of want to take a stab at it. Is that the phrase? Anyway, I kind of like the idea of doing some like gameplay stuff, and then maybe I will of course do some builds again. But I don't know. I feel like I've been posting so many builds now that I want to do some gameplay and actually play the game. But of course, I've said this in a few other of my speed builds that I do plan on as well, doing other games on here, because this is a gaming channel, and I don't want it to be just Sims 4. I don't know why, I just don't really envision this as a simming channel. I kind of see it more as a generic, or a general, maybe not generic. Generic is not necessarily always a good word. But a general gaming channel, because I do want to do stuff like Among Us. And I do want to branch out and do some more games and stuff like that, because I feel like I don't play enough games. I do play some stuff on the PS4, but of course some of these things aren't really like good for like uploading. I mean, that's where I was going with that. What is that video game called? Spider-Man video game. It's just Spider-Man. Yeah. Okay. It's just Spider-Man. I was expecting it to be a different story, or like a different name, because I'm pretty sure there's another Spider-Man coming out, right? Oh, but it's on the PS5. That's right. That is correct. I totally forgot about that. Oh, and of course, there's the new map coming out in Among Us in 2021. So that will be great. I am very close to getting the group together. I have 7 now, which, might not seem like a lot, but considering for a while I only had 5, I'm kind of, it's like trying to figure out when everyone's schedule matches up is kind of hard. So, and of course I don't want to take any of them away from any like planned family time, whatever they're doing. I know some of them aren't going back home because of all the situation, well, all the current circumstances in the world, but the like Zooming and stuff like that, Zoom calls, I don't want to take them away from anything that they planned. So trying to figure out when is best, while also trying to figure out like who's working at what time, and also getting them all to join the Discord, so we could actually do the voice chat and stuff like that, is taking a lot more time than I thought it would. And yeah, but hopefully we should be able to get something out, or like get something together probably before the new year. So I might have some Among Us stuff going into the new year. Oh, and here's the finished club. I, of course, went in and changed all of the lighting afterwards. But yeah, I just wanted to make it more colorful and more like actual club feeling. So yeah, if you like this video, please hit the like button, as well as hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you know when I am posting. And I will see you next video. Bye.